The Great Lakes, they hold 20% of the world's fresh water and one of the largest freshwater fisheries in the world. We commercially fish all the Great Lakes, and those fish go to market and end up in the grocery store and the restaurants and on your plate. In a world where we'd like to provide fish to everyone continuously, we've seen declines in a lot of key species over the years, and research helps us learn about very specific parts of those fish's life so that we can be proactive to sustain those fisheries through time.
Great Lakes fisheries have historically been super important. In Lake Erie specifically, we had a whitefish and herring fishery that became the largest freshwater fishery in the entire world. Lake Whitefish had a major decline in the 1950s. They did rebound some, but now their populations are very low, and so we're trying to figure out what's contributing to that most recent decline.
So we went out for the first couple, 2 or 3 years in the fall to collect eggs, and we went out in the spring to collect larvae to try to figure out at what life stage the egg, the larval, the juvenile, or anywhere in between, they were dying. With that information, we also collect zooplankton, which is the food source for newly hatched whitefish, to try to get an idea of where the larvae are, where their food source is, and how well those two overlap.
Following the larval stage of these fish, where do they go, what are they eating? Those are all important pieces of the puzzle. Having that information in hand will help fisheries management agencies better protect the habitat and better protect the population itself here in the Western Basin.
What concerns me about whitefish on Lake Erie is it is a situation of they could be lost. We're at the fringe of their environmental needs, and small changes could lead down the path of extinction, and that's not acceptable. Whitefish are just one species in a sense, but within the ecosystem, they're a food source for top predators, so they really fill a niche around the entire Great Lakes region. And that's where research comes in. We need good research to better understand if there are watershed level changes we can make that would positively influence whitefish reproduction.
Management should be scientifically informed to protect, conserve, or restore habitats and populations. That's our role as scientists, is to be effective stewards of our natural resources.
Larval fish in early life stages can really be complicated for fish management, so when universities and federal agencies and the Nature Conservancy can help fund work that fills in those gaps, it really is kind of a shining example of different types of agencies and universities coming together to address very relevant issues in fisheries.
Lake Erie is shared by 2 countries, multiple states. There are a number of stakeholders, so if you want to get anything done within the lake or any environment like that, you need to bring everyone to the table to collaborate and to make changes.
We hope that through Zach's work we'll be able to tease out why their populations continue to decline, and that may help us turn the ship around. We also hope that the findings are more widely applicable to other fisheries in the Great Lakes. By better understanding the fish community, we'll be able to support a resilient, stable system into the future.